I'm Carl Anthony, and welcome to AutoSens, the world's leading community for ADAS and autonomous vehicle technology development. We create best-in-class events, training, and information to connect engineers, scientists, and automotive industry experts together across the globe. Joining us now is Quentin Fraselle, CEO of WideEye by AGC. And Quentin, so good to have you join us today. Welcome to AutoSens.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be here.
So, Quentin, for those of our viewers who may need a refresher or who are not familiar with WideEye by AGC, can you give us an overview of the company and tell us a little bit about the work you're doing in automotive right now?
Sure. Well, WideEye by AGC is what I call a corporate scale-up, in the sense that we were incubated within AGC. So AGC, for those who don't know us, we are a world leader for automotive glass. But what we had is a real strategic agility. Basically, our business is about providing sensor integration solutions for OEMs or Tier 1s, usually working with our sensor partners. It's been quite some time that we initiated this willingness to become one of the lead actors of optical sensor integration, namely cameras and lidars, through our public partnerships, but also more, I would say, private partnerships, through our business awards, through, of course, the fact that we assemble an expert team and their capabilities to put up together, for the people who want to design the sensor integration system. I believe it's a success.
And your website, wideeye.vision. Want to encourage all of our viewers today to visit your website, wideeye.vision. On the homepage, we enable ADAS development and bring fully autonomous driving to reality. So, Quentin, let's talk a little bit more in detail about the technology and the solutions that you're bringing to market today.
Sure. Well, the basic technological block is quite close from our mother company, AGC. Its core business. We talk indeed about high optical quality glass for automotive. Well, the quality I talk about is clearly linked both to our capacity to avoid optical distortions to lidars and camera sensors, but also to the glass itself, which is perfectly transparent in the infrared, which is basically maximizing the transmission signals. Of course, other WideEye technological blocks were also added to that capabilities to serve automotive sensor integration challenges. Like, for instance, we have optimized our glass mechanical resistance to avoid breakages. We have also designed and produced heating systems to ensure functions in all weather conditions of those sensors. We'll also have worked with our sensor performance by also increasing their performance with anti-reflective coatings. Also, many technological blocks are really concerned our capacity to integrate those sensors into an automotive environment by providing, for instance, assembly solutions, including gluing, encapsulations, soldering of added material, really focusing on creating a functional sensor module.
Quentin, when it comes to your customers, what are some of the challenges that they're facing right now? What are some of the biggest obstacles that they have? And then second to that, how are you helping them address and overcome these challenges?
Well, that's a very good question. So usually we characterize the needs of our customers along 3 dimensions. First of all, the need of performance. For instance, how far is my sensor going to see? How much signal to noise ratio will it reach? We also identify the need for reliability. Will my sensors see when it rains? Will it last 20 years? And finally, of course, the need for having nice and sexy cars, despite the rising amount of sensors which are equipping the vehicles. For instance, how will I hide my sensor system in an environment with with a big sensor that I need to integrate inside? Now, of course, if we look also other than to the product itself, I think that our customers, like, as I mentioned, OEMs, but also sensor Tier 1s, also in need of value chain partners, which are really able to think in terms of system engineering, who are able to take accountability for the design of the complete module, given the rising complexity of the core technologies.
Again, the website wideeye.vision for our viewers. Quentin, in your mind, When it comes to the industry as a whole, where do you think we're headed in, say, the next 5 years? What do you expect? What are some of the trends that you see coming?
Oh, I think that's also a very interesting question, especially given the stance we are all and I would say the heat we are living today. I think clearly the industry will have to realize that working on sustainability of material, but also of process, is no longer nice to have, but really essential to the business model. I think carbon footprint will have to change together with the regulations and the needs for the users, also the final user, to recognize the carbon value of each brand. Okay. I think also that successful industries will be the one able to design the products compatible with functional economy, which is the ongoing trend of most of the goods today. Now, of course, mobility will follow that trend. And from my perspective, new solutions for ADAS, for autonomous vehicles, will come in need of deep partnerships along the value chain, as user experience of those final products will be a key differentiator, and which will require to design the products through each of its components. All value chain partners will have its importance and their role to play in this upcoming trend.
So that's looking forward, Quentin. Now let's rewind just a little bit. What are some of the most important milestones for WideEye by AGC in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I think that one of the most important milestones that we were able to work with our customers is to introduce our technologies towards the mass production. Of course, this is also the result of being able to gain credibility by demonstrating our expertise and our value inside the wide ecosystem. For instance, we were in CS Las Vegas early this year, and we are in AutoSens this September. Those are very important milestones where we are able to explain our vision, but also to explain our foundation as a certified automotive supplier. If I can also emphasize another important milestones for us, I think it will be our capacity to assemble around our customers an expert team, really able to co-create their solution, which is a very different job than answering to an existing specification.
We've talked about this here in so many words, but allow me, Quentin, to ask the question a little more directly. Customers, companies, why should they work with WideEye by AGC? What sets you apart, and why should they come and seek you out and want to do business with you?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. It's very important. I think that one of our key differentiator would be to be able to understand customer needs very upstream of sensor integration solution development cycle. Indeed, we are really able, thanks to our partnerships, thanks to the expert team I was talking about, but also thanks to our deep understanding around functional safety and system engineering, well, we are able to provide that service to our customers. I think that another differentiator that we have would be to act as a one-stop shop solution provider, also using the mass production capabilities that AGC is providing us. So all those assets we are able to use. But also very important for me is that the fact that we started this journey 6 years ago, I mean, focusing on sensor integration is very important. When the industry at that time was focusing on the sensor technology itself, at that time, we were already focusing on how to integrate those sensors in an automotive environment. And that will save our customers an incredible amount of development time and thus cost, really counting on the expertise developed in contact with this wide ecosystem that we can meet also today with the AutoSens conference, and an expertise really gained with other industry leaders.
Name of the website, wideeye.vision. On the homepage, we enable ADAS deployment and bring fully autonomous driving to reality. Again, wideeye.vision. Quentin, want to thank you for your time and being part of the broadcast today and being part of AutoSens. We wish you all the best of luck going forward, and thank you for sharing your expertise and thought leadership with us today.
Thank you very much. Take care.
For more in-depth interviews like this, subscribe to the AutoSens YouTube channel and follow us on LinkedIn. For more information on our world-class technical training and events, visit auto-sense.com. That's auto-sense.com. Ahead of meeting in Brussels, and on behalf of AutoSens, I'm Carl Anthony.